So I went to the JETT Bus terminal just close by my hotel at the InterContinental and booked my tours and all my transfers basically. So I get to Petra. After a few days at Petra, I'll go to Wadi Rum, and then after Wadi Rum I'll come to Aqaba, and then what I have to do is when I get to the Aqaba station I have to pay there because they've tentatively booked me because that's from a separate station. But while I was there I picked up this cute little booklet, and it has the prices and the times on it. And this one actually has other day tours that I will be able to do while I'm here because I'm not with Ali all the time, and it gives you basically the schedules and the pickup times for each. So there's 3 that I'll be able to do. I'm doing this one as a one-way. It's the same price for one way, and I have no idea how much that is. 9 daily tours. Excellent. So this is going to be the start of my JETT Bus experience here in Jordan. JETT stands for Jordan Express Tourist Bus or something like that. JETT Express Transport, something of that nature. Magic. So if you remember last week or through the week, I went to the office for the JETT Bus and I purchased some one-way tickets to Petra and Wadi Rum and Aqaba. So today I've left my hotel nice and early, and the reason I chose my hotel was because it was only 250 meters down the street. And it was an easy walk because there was no traffic, and I just walked on the road because the footpath is so impassable. So I've got all my luggage. I've got all my luggage ready. I'll just put it underneath, I guess, the bus. And then when I get to Petra, I will take it up to Candles, the hotel that I'm staying at, and then come back down and enter Petra. So this is the first time of catching the JETT Bus, so let's see how this is going to work today. Okay, luggage is on board. Yay, luggage is on board. And we can show our tickets. And we can show our ticket.
It's only for the company. Yes.
So I'll show him my ticket. And I will get on the bus. Yay! So the time is 10 to 7 and the bus arrived exactly on time. Looks to be almost more than half full. People are going both to Petra and other people going on to Wadi Rum. So suspension feels good. There looks to be a toilet down there. Let's just hope I've chosen the right side for the sun. It's not going to get too bad. So far so good. So halfway into the journey, the toilet wasn't working on the bus, and I was fingers crossed that we would stop, and we have at a caravan size. So we're about an hour and a half out of Wadi Musa. And of course, everything is discounted. Everything is very pretty. But I'm not going to purchase anything. Beautiful. So the bathroom facilities has a tray where you can put some money in, but of course I never pay to pee. That's just a conscientious objection stuff that I have, that it's an actual body function and why should you pay? Absolutely exciting on our way. Some nice clothes. Everything, of course, he said is discounted. Some quite attractive abayas here. It's very nice. So we arrived and the taxi drivers just swarmed the bus. Some people had already pre-organised rides, and this chap says 3JD for up the hill to Candles. It's such a little steep hill, I'm willing to pay $6 Australian to go about 450 metres. Hooray, I'm here. I'm assuming that that's where the bus is going to leave from, so I'll make sure that I'm here in time, in a few days' time. I'm in the car park of Petra. It's called a rent park, is what the name of it is. And this is where the JETT bus dropped me off when I arrived from Amman. And I've purchased a ticket today to go to Wadi Rum. Naturally, my plans change. And my friend has asked to stop just before the visitor centre and at a roadside gas station. So I have shown that note to the driver in Arabic. So I'm hoping that that will happen. If not, I'll get dropped off at the visitor centre and it will be no big deal. A person did offer to put my luggage into the back of the bus, but he didn't, and so I had to lug it myself. So it's a strange, strange country. If they get paid, they'll do something. If they won't get paid, they won't. This is just for Wadi Rum, honestly. It's just funny. So I'm at the car park of Petra, the Petra Visitors Centre, and this is the car park where the JETT bus dropped me on my journey from Aqaba. And this is where I've been told by this gentleman here to get on the bus that this is our bus to Wadi Rum. So I've put my luggage into the back. It's the second time he's looked under the vehicle. I'm starting to get a bit nervous. I'm sure it's going to run just fine. So it goes at 11 o'clock and I left my hotel just after 10. Took me about a 10-minute walk. And he's closing the bus, so maybe some action's happening. I sat waiting outside the bus for a little while in a little bit of shade just next to a little shop. The Arab men, the Jordanian men, were just sitting around talking. And then I noticed a very big bus, a JETT bus, pulling up. And that would have been the 6:30 or 7 o'clock bus from Amman this morning. And so there'll be people that are coming to Petra, either for the day or to stay over. And some people on that bus may be doing the through to Aqaba or to Wadi Rum. So some more people may get on the bus, because at the moment I am solo on a bus. I don't think that'll last for long though.
You want a picture?
No, that's fine, I'll just do this little recording. I think that's okay. All good. So we're rocketing from Petra. The bus is almost empty. I've got one other lovely lady travelling with me to Wadi Rum, and the driver is going very fast. So even though it's going to be an hour's journey, it's like my own little roller coaster ride. It's air conditioned, so that's okay. Aqaba and I'm going to catch the JETT bus, JETT, Jordan Express Tourism Transport. And just across the street from me is the Movenpick Hotel, and just to this side of the Movenpick is the JETT Bus office. It's a very, very busy office. There's 5 services to Amman directly through the day, and there are other services to Wadi Rum, Petra via Wadi Rum and back. So there's a small waiting area to the front, and the office is an air-conditioned space to the back. So if you need to buy any snacks, there's some little shops just nearby. The bigger buses are meant to have toilets on them. The one that I have been on, I didn't think the toilet was working, but they do stop halfway at a caravanserai, a way station, a roadhouse basically. So this is Aqaba JETT Bus Station. So I went to the bus station at Aqaba to pay for my ticket. When I booked in Amman, they said it was tentatively booked and I had to come to this JETT Bus station to pay for the ticket. So I've done that now. So what this ticket appears to tell me is that I'm a female adult and I'm going from Aqaba to, it says there Al Wali, but I think that's Abdali Mall. I'll just have to wait and see, but I'll catch a taxi from there to where the hotel that I'm staying. I'm suspecting that this was the price. I'm suspecting that this is seat 11 that I'm going to be sitting in. It's 11 a.m. is the time of the bus departure today. And she told me that I had to get to the station at 10:45, which is just a short walk up the street. So this is my bus ticket from Aqaba to Amman on this Sunday. So I have my ticket. My luggage is on the bus. The guys checking the tickets. Let's get in line. So I was allocated at seat 11 on the bus, but he put me here. It doesn't look to be very crowded down here, but lots of people are getting onto the upper section of the bus. So maybe the locals go upstairs and visitors go downstairs. I'm not sure. So the 11 o'clock JETT bus, everybody is loaded by the sounds of it. They're closing one of the doors at the back. Same thing as happened last time, told to sit in a seat, and then of course other people come on board and then you've got to move. So they don't seem to have a decent structure, and seeing as English isn't the first language, they don't seem to be able to communicate very well for foreigners. So that's exciting. So just be prepared to move a few times. So following what other people were doing, I've chosen a spot on the examination table, and I will just wait to see if I'm one of the randoms that are examined. For God's sake, you're still in the same country and you've had 2 security checks. Hire a driver. This is insane. So some really lovely passengers are helping put the suitcases back onto the bus. They have no obligation to do so. They're just being really lovely and really helpful as the bus drivers stand there and just chat. So the bus is set off again, and the second bus driver guy has just gone to do a head count. Always good to do a head count after the bus leaves the area. Fabulous. Let's see what the next adventure is. It's actually making me a little bit nervous that we're not going to stop at the caravanserai if we're being given a menu. Been travelling for about 2 hours now. We've passed the Wadi Musa interchange and we're about to get to around Amman. So according to Google, we've got another 3 hours, so we'll just have to wait and see. So we have police check number 2. Let's see if he gets onto the bus. He's just having a conversation at the moment with the bus driver. It's 1:30 We've been rocketing along since 11 o'clock, and now we've stopped at a mosque. I had literally just gone to the toilet rocketing down the road, but we have stopped at a mosque. Everybody just dive out and have their cigarettes. Oh God, I'm looking rough. It's coming up about 4:30 and we've been in traffic for about half an hour. We're almost at Abdullah Mall. We've just turned off Queen Noir Street. It's been a challenge. I moved over to the other seats because the other couple moved further back, so had a little bit of room in the second half. Still a very interesting ride. So the cars are parked so close together that now my backpack is in the front seat of the car. Woo! Off we go. I've just arrived from Aqaba to Amman by the JETT Bus service. I left Aqaba at 11 o'clock and we arrived here in Amman at about 6 o'clock. Now, at 5 o'clock. It's now nearly 6 o'clock. It cost me just about 10 JD, 15 JD to get 400 kilometres from Aqaba to Amman, and then it cost me 10 JD to get from the Abdullah bus station to the hotel. What happened with that taxi driver was he wouldn't go on the meter, so he said 10 JD, I said 5, got to 9, got to 8. It was just bargain, negotiated it down. So I didn't agree to pay him 10, but I actually did pay him 10, a 5 and 1 singles. Snifty little bastard, snuck away the 5, put a 1 in and went, 6, you only gave me 6. I went, no the hell I didn't. I gave you 10. They are just so tricky. They're just feral. He did put on the air conditioner, so I didn't fight him that much, but once he started argy-bargying when I was getting out of the taxi, I know I'd given him 10 because I counted it out 3 times as I was sitting in the back of the car. I have it folded, ready to head. And then he snicked the 5 away. So maybe my next time I should put the 5 in the middle of the fold instead of the outside. Oh God, they try everything. Hi, Jules, cruise companion. I just wanted to do a summary video about my experience on using the JETT bus service in Jordan, JETT, the Jordan Express Tourist Transport. The whole principle is that it's a cheaper way of travelling. It's about 15, anything between 10 and 18 JD to go different legs of Amman, Petra, Wadi Rum, Aqaba, in reverse, Aqaba, Wadi Rum, Petra, Amman, or you can go directly from Aqaba to Amman without an issue. Yes, it is economical. Yes, it is doable. If you are on a really tight budget, this is a way of doing some of the major areas in Jordan. You also have an alternative once you're in Amman to do day trips, 3 particular day trips, one to Ajloun and Jerash, one to Bethany, Mount Nebo and Madaba, so it's a religious type tour, day tour, and one to the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea option has, you can tack on the Dead Sea Resort or a Movenpick for an extra amount, so it's like 10 JD, 20 Australian dollars to go to the Dead Sea, and then if you go to Amman Beach, it's 20 JD to go in, and it's a public beach with showers and a restaurant, etc. or you can go to the private beaches of, looking at the paperwork, I haven't done it yet, the Movenpick or the Dead Sea Resort. So with this being my 5th time to Jordan, having the experience of the bus, for example, coming from Aqaba to Amman, where we were stopped by the police twice. Normally when you're driving in a car, they stop locals, they don't really stop tourist cars when you're travelling with a private driver. And at the Aqaba tax-free declaration station, the entire bus had to be unloaded, unpacked, open your luggage, get it searched, get back onto the bus again. So the journey took 5 hours to get from Aqaba to Amman. I started at 11, I arrived at 5, so it's 6 hours. And when you've got a private driver, and this is what I've done every other time, and this was just my test to see how the JETT bus service would run. But when you've got a private driver, that 6 hours that you would have been driving, you could have visited Showbook, you could have visited at least 2 sites along the way. If you'd have come the back way via Namala Way, which is absolutely beautiful, then you come to the Dead Sea, so you go to the Dead Sea. You could have done Madaba and Mount Nebo on the way back. You could have done Carrick Castle and had a nice lunch, Carrick and Dana together on the way. So when you have got a private driver, you have that flexibility of doing other things. You're not just going from A to B, which is what the JETT bus service is. So if you were coming to Jordan to just the one-off visit, having a private driver is going to allow you greater flexibility to see A to Z and every other letter in between. Going on the JETT bus service is reasonable. They are on time. It's chaos that seems to work. People push in. There's supposed to be allocated seating, and then people take over your seat and they won't give you your seat, and then when you sit in someone else's seat, they come along and they push you out of it. So there's some uncomfortableness in relation to it, and because not everybody speaks English, actually very few people speak English, when you're trying to explain to this Italian woman who, I don't know, get your bag off my seat, it really just gives a bad taste, a bad feeling, a good story, but a bad feeling to the trip. Yes, you can do the JETT bus. Yes, it is economical, and you can see the major sites, fly into Amman, get to Petra. You can even do Petra in a day trip, but it just would give you so much time restriction. When you have a private driver, you have the flexibility to start when you want or have it later morning. And so basically I am trying to say, if you want to come to Jordan, save up a little extra and hire a private car and driver. If you're on a super duper strict budget and you're going to come to Jordan anyway and just do it, fine, do the JETT bus, but you're not going to see all of the variety that there is in Jordan. JETT bus, half a tick. Private driver, 2 ticks.